In this video, I'm going to go over the 5 different places you can find your fishing kayak that you've been dreaming about. What's up everybody, Gramps here. This is the second video in my beginner kayak fishing series. In the first video, I covered 8 different things that I think you should consider before you buy your first fishing kayak. In this video, we're going to talk about where to buy your kayak, giving you the best opportunities to save some money and get a higher quality fishing vessel. These are in no particular order, but just kind of what I thought of when I put together this list. The first is social media sites like Instagram or even my favorite, Facebook. I know there's a lot of people that don't like Facebook these days, but one thing that it's really good for is finding good used quality kayaks. One of my top points in the last video was buying used so that you could save some money, but also perhaps take the money that you would have spent on something new and buy something a little more quality. Now that you've considered all the factors I listed out in my first video, maybe you have a brand or two in mind, maybe you've gone for demo days and decided not to purchase right then and there, but you have an idea of what you want to look for. Start with Facebook Marketplace. You might find somebody selling a kayak in your area that maybe bought it during the pandemic, used it for that year, and decided it just wasn't something they wanted to pursue. Maybe you've got a sit-in kayak that you bought back then and you're looking to upgrade to your first real fishing kayak and you're wanting something a little better. Check out Facebook Marketplace. If Craigslist is still being used quite a bit in your area, check that out as well. Also on Facebook, maybe you have some friends that are into kayak fishing. Again, they bought them during the pandemic, or maybe they're upgrading as well. Maybe they listed out something that they'll give you a little special deal on because you're a buddy. One of my favorite places, Kayak Groups on Facebook. Here in Indiana, we've got several different kayak pages, and in those pages are a lot of the actual kayak pros, the pro staffers that get brand new kayaks from their brands each year. Normally what they do with the previous year's model is sell it off with, fully kitted out with electronics and everything that you need to get started, and you'll save a bunch of money. A lot of times you won't even pay taxes on it because they're giving you a good deal based on their discount or the fact that they may get their kayak for free from their pro staff deal. And there's other pro staffers that may not be at the top of their pro staff team. They get those kayaks at a heavy discount and they're looking to move their kayak out so they can take that money and apply it to the next year's model. Always look around springtime for pro staffers on Facebook and your different kayak groups to be listing out their kayaks. It's just a great way if you've got a little, say you got your tax check to spend, it's a great way to get a whole lot of value for your buck. I mean, it really is one of the best ways to do it. So check Facebook Marketplace, check your local pro staffers posting in the their kayak groups, check Craigslist, and then check around with your buddies and friends. Social media is a great way once you get to know what you're looking for, and reach out and ask somebody for help. If you don't have anybody in your local area and you're wanting to know if something's a good deal, drop a comment down below, hit me on Instagram. I'll do my best to help you out. Second place to buy a fishing kayak, from the brand directly. A lot of the times at the end of the year, they'll have different sales. They got new models coming out. They want to move the inventory that they're still holding on to, and they'll ship it directly to your door. Funny enough, eBay and Amazon, both online places, is one of the places a lot of folks list kayaks, again, shipped straight to your front door. That's almost hard to beat. A lot of us got used to shopping that way during the pandemic, and some of us don't ever want to quit. Next up, the one I recommend most often is going to an actual kayak outfitter somewhere in your state. I'm blessed to have an awesome company like Moving Water Outfitters here in Indiana that I've bought my last couple of kayaks from. Makes it really nice and easy. But again, in your situation where this might be your first actual fishing kayak, great thing about places like Moving Water Outfitters is they have demo days. They take all the boats out, put them in ponds, or they'll put them in pools. You can get in and try out all the different brands and really, again, do an assessment of what you really like. If you're in the Midwest, I highly recommend Moving Water Outfitters, Culver's Portside Marina up in northern Indiana if you're up there, Soremouth Tackle, and if you're south of Indy, Honey Creek Outfitters is another good source of kayaks. Now, say you live more rural and you don't have any of those outfitters around, You'll probably have some of the box stores at one of your bigger cities. We're talking your sporting goods stores, your Dick's Sporting Goods, your Academies, your Shields, stores like that. Now, there is an advantage to being able to shop in places like that because, hey, you may have a rewards card there. I always have rewards at Dick's Sporting Goods ever since my kids played softball, baseball, football, all the sports, tennis, everything they've grown up. It seems like I was always in one of the sporting goods stores, buying new gear or equipment and then racking up those points on those rewards cards. And you take those rewards cards, sometimes you can stack them and then they send you extra points, and then you catch them on a sale at the end of the year when they're trying to move old inventory because they got new kayaks coming in. Great way to steal a good kayak, and a lot of times they may ship it to your door if you like to shop online. Last but not least, we got to talk about the big box stores. Probably the people who sell more kayaks than anybody else. Your Wally Worlds, your Rural Kings, your Tractor Supply Company, places like that. If you live in a smaller town like I do, I think the only bigger sporting goods store we have besides a Walmart is actually a Dunham Sports, which is actually where I bought my first Topwater 106 Old Town a couple years ago when they had them on sale. I think I got that first one for like $700 and I was happy as you can get because prices have, well, pretty much gone up quite a bit over the last couple of years just due to supply chain issue and the cost and inflation and everything that's going on. But again, to recap, there's all kinds of different places you can buy a kayak to try to save as much money. These are 5 different situations, things I think you can look at. And again, if you ever have any questions or comments, drop them here in a video like this, drop them in the community tab, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm easy to find and will answer every question the best that I can. If you haven't seen the video on the factors you consider when buying your first fishing kayak, I'll link that right up here. In my next video, I'll go over the 5 critical must-have accessories for your first fishing kayak. Until next time, get outside when you can and make some memories, one cast at a time.